Hello CanHammer fans, and welcome to another Warhammer 40,000 Bat Rep. You're joined by me today, Jeff, and Mike.
What's up?
We're going to be playing a 2,000 point ITC style mission, mission number 1, and we'll come back after this with the table setup. Alright, so this is ITC mission number 1, Seize Ground. There are 6 objectives, one there, one there, one there, 4th one there, 5th and 6th. This mission is the one where if you hold 5 or more objectives at the end of your turn, you get an extra bonus point. We'll come back now with the armies. Okay, so here is 2,000 points of Mixed Imperium. Who said soup was dead? Starting off, we got a Blood Angels Vanguard detachment, led by a captain with a jump pack, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, spending 3 command points to take a relic jump pack on him, allows charges, reroll charges, and denies Overwatch. Also in there is Mephiston, and then we have 12 Death Company, all with jump packs, 2 Thunderhammers. We have 8 Sanguinary Guard, all with swords and Angelus bolters. We have a Sanguinary Ancient with the Feel No Pain banner, and then 2 Relic Sicarians with the heavy bolters. Followed up, we have a battalion of guard, standard guard with 2 company commanders, 3 infantry squads with mortars, and then 3 heavy weapons teams, all with mortars. Finally, a super heavy auxiliary detachment with Guilliman himself. We'll come back with the Drukhari.
So this is the Drukhari army. So first we have a Red Grief battalion led by 2 succubus with blast pistols. The one with the green has Hypex for +2 move. The other one has I don't remember the one it is, but it's the one for +1 weapon skill. Then we have 12 Reavers with 4 blasters and 4 grav talons. They have the drug for +1 toughness. We have 5 raiders, all of them with disintegrators. 4 of the raiders are carrying 9 witches. All the witches have a shard net, and the leaders have a blast pistol. Those 4 squads of witches all have the Grave Lotus drug for +1 strength. Then we have a squad of 6 witches at the end. That squad has Serpentine for +2 leadership, because you got to get all the drugs, so you got to waste it somewhere. Then aside from that, we have an Outrider detachment for the Cursed Blade for +1 strength across the whole thing. 20 Hellions, they have the +1 attack drug, which is Adrenalite. The Warlord has also Adrenalite for +1 attack, and she has the Relic Archite Glaive for more strength, damage, and AP, and a blast pistol. And then we have 3 squads of Scourges with no drugs. All Scourges have 4 blasters and a blast pistol. And that's everything.
Alright, and that is 2,000 points of Drukhari, the Dockin. Okay, so here's the deployment. We have done the table quarters. So Mike has chosen to nicely bubble up here. We have 1 raider, 2 raiders, and 3 raiders, all with 1 succubus in them each. That raider's got 9 witches. This raider over here has got 6 witches, a whole crap load of bikes, the Hellions and the Scourges in reserve. And Mike, where's the rest of the witches? And these right here, with the succubus. Excellent. Oh, yeah. Over to my deployment zone. I'm here in the corner. I've got this giant bubble of everything. So 1 infantry squad here underneath the building, along with that Sanguinary Ancient who's also in the building. 2 squads of mortars with the company commander. Sanguinary Guard in the back. Captain is in reserve. The company commander with Kernov's Aquila is there. I spent a command point for that. Another squad of mortars there. The 2 Sicarians there. Death Company and Guilliman there, protected by another infantry squad. Alright, Mike. Let's see. Mike has the +1 to go first. I got a 6. Mike has a 4. I will take first turn, Mike. Do you want to seize?
Hell yeah.
On a 6. Alright, Micah's first turn. We will come back after Dark Eldar movement, turn 1. So before the game starts, I decided to Forlorn Fury with my Death Company. I used a command point to re-roll my 1-inch advance, and they've moved up to be right in front of Mike's Raiders, hopefully to stop those witches from getting into my lines and give me an extra turn of shooting. So we'll come back at the end of Mike's movement, turn 1. Alright, end of Dark Eldar movement, turn 1. The Reavers jumped all the way up to here, used a CP to do some mortal wounds to the Death Company. I lost 2. This Raider moved to be on this objective. This Raider moved to be on that objective. This Raider moved to be on that objective. That Raider moved on that objective. And this one sat back on there. Mike's trying to go for the hold 5 objectives and get the bonus point. Witches are still inside, and everything else is still off the board. We'll come back at the end of Dark Eldar, turn 1. Okay, end of Dark Eldar, turn 1. Raiders advanced and moved and shot those Death Company. They're all gone. The Reavers then charged into an infantry squad that was here. This infantry squad, Mephiston and Gilman. They did 1 wound to Mephiston. They killed off the infantry squad, and then Gilman hitting again. Oh, and yes, we also did 6 wounds on a lucky blaster shot to Sakaarn. Gilman did his work, had to attack again, but killed off all those Reavers. Come back at the end of Blood Angels movement phase, turn 1. End of Blood Angels movement, turn 1. Gilman moved up there. Mephiston moved up there. Smash Captain dropped in to be 9 inches away from that Raider. That Raider. This one didn't move. That one moved up to keep within the 12-inch bubble of Gilman. These guys use the On Wings of Fire stratagem to pop out and then drop. We'll be 9 inches away from that Raider. These guardsmen over here moved up to just kind of block off that Raider. And not really much moving around here. So we'll come back at the end of Imperium Soup, turn 1. Okay, end of Blood Angels, turn 1. Sanguinary Guard, Smash Captain, Mephiston, Sanguinary Ancient charged into that Raider and killed it. And then because they surrounded it, witches couldn't get out. This Raider died to shooting from a Sakaarian. This Raider died to shooting from a Sakaarian. Those witches got 2 left. They passed them around. They lost some from mortals. All those witches died to mortars, and then the succubus died to a charge from Gilman. And that Raider is still okay. I scored 1 for old school. Mike scored 1 for old school. I got 3 big games. Mike got 1 for his recon. I got 2 death by 1,000 cuts. And then I killed more, and Mike got his bonus, so we are at 3 for the primary. We'll come back at the end of movement phase for Dark Eldar, turn 2. End of Dark Eldar movement phase, turn 2. Though that Raider popped out those witches and a succubus there. This Raider moved up, not before popping out those witches. These witches just kind of stayed there to be in range of Gilman. And then all these jerks, these Hellions came down. They got target on Gilman. And then all these Scourges, 15 Scourges came down to be in range of both Gilman and Sakaarn. We will come back at the end of Dark Eldar, turn 2. Okay, end of Dark Eldar, turn 1. So turn 2. Thanks, Mike. All the Hellions and 2 squads of Scourges.
3 squads.
Shot into Gilman. They did 2 wounds.
2 squads shot into Gilman. Yeah.
This squad, well, there's no more Sakaarn here. That's gone. And then the succubus, Raider, and witches charged into this unit here. I heroically intervened with the Ancient and Mephiston. Killed the succubus with Mephiston in a interrupt. Cost me 1 command point with my nice Gilman reroll. And then between regular attacks, and then burning 5 more command points for 1 unit to attack again, and then a character to attack again, ended up killing the Raider and the rest of the witches. We will come back at the end of Blood Angel's movement, turn 2. Alright, end of Blood Angel's movement. Sangard, Sanguinary Ancient, and Mephiston all moved up to deal with that. Smash Captain moved over there to deal with that Raider. None of this really moved back here. They're all happy. These guys moved up just to hop on that objective. Gilliman came over here to deal with this. And that's about it. That didn't move. We will come back at the end of Blood Angels turn 2. Alright, end of Blood Angels turn 2. Between shooting and mortars and Gilman charging in, all the Scourges died. Gilman took no wounds on Overwatch. He got hit. Mike got 3 shots, failed 2 to wound, and I saved the 3rd one. Between the Sanguinary Guard, Mephiston, and the Ancient, they murdered all but 3 Hellions. 2 witches died to shooting, and that Raider is down to 3 wounds. So at the end of turn 2, I'm up 13-7, and with Mike with 9 wounds or 9 models left is going to concede the game. So good game, Mike.
Good game.
All right, Mike.
Bad dice.
A little salty.
Sometimes your glass hammer just shatters.
So thank you for watching my first CanHammer battle report. Look for more in the future. Please subscribe to the channel, comment, all that stuff that Darren usually says. And if you really like it, please subscribe to our Patreon and become a patron. So again, thank you for watching my first battle report, and we'll see you again next time.